Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your readings. Poor Aries, you keep coming up last. I have no idea what's going on. I think nearly every reading for as long as I can remember you have been the last. And I do them at random. I follow no pattern. I pick them out at random. I remember once you came out first and every other time you've always been last. So I'm not sure whether I'm saving the best till last every time or if there's a reason for why you always come up last. The readings go up at the same time anyway. It makes no difference, but still it's quite interesting. Okay, dealing with someone here who you find very, very attractive, or this can be yourself. Maybe you're feeling very attractive at the moment, trying to take sort of a bit of leadership in your own life here. Now remember, the readings flip-flop. They do go backwards and forwards. There's a very there's sort of like, they do this flip-floppy thing sometimes. So remember, it's not always you, it could be the other person. Okay, so I have a Queen of Swords coming out here. Now the Queen of Swords can represent the air signs, Libra, Gemini and Aquarius, but this person is very articulate, very well spoken. They are very assertive, so they're not afraid to speak their mind, and they're also not afraid to cut you out if things aren't going right. So you've got someone here that you're dealing with who's very direct, straightforward, but a good communicator. Okay, behind that we have the Eight of Swords. Now the Eight of Swords talks about being locked in a prison of your own thinking. Now when this card comes out, I think this person here has every opportunity to remove that blindfold and get out of the swords where she's kept herself. But the swords are your thoughts and your ideas here, and you're overthinking something that you could escape from, but there's some sort of fear here holding you back. Okay, I do have the Ten of Cups here. So the Ten of Cups is a card of abundance. It's the card of having all your ducks in a row, everything that you want at your fingertips here. But for some unknown reason, there's some sort of fear here. The universe is sort of saying to you, you know, you have a lot of strength. You've worked a lot on yourself. You've worked on to tame the beast inside you. And you have, yep, look at this, sleepless nights, overthinking. Two cards of overthinking here, Aries. Too much worry and stress. Okay, let's go through it. So you are definitely coming up as the Queen of Wands in this reading. So when the Queen of Wands comes up, this is the card of feeling amazing. This is the card of feeling very passionate, very sexy, very driven to succeed. You really are taking on a leadership role here and moving forward with your life. Okay, so the Eight of Cups is coming out. So the Eight of Cups talks about walking away from things that no longer serve you. Understanding when something isn't right and moving away from it here. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. Someone who, when the Queen of Pentacles comes up, I always think this is the person that's a life partner. There's someone you see as being with long term. I always call it the wife card, but it's sort of like, wife's probably a bit tacky and old-fashioned, but it's sort of like the potential here in this person. Okay, and then we have the Tower. Okay, I feel that you've walked away from something in the past here. I want to put more cards on it. There's a feeling here of looking out towards the future, trying to see your ships come in here. There's some sort of confusion about an opportunity here because the Tower's coming in. Someone who could be very nurturing, very loving, possibly someone who's intuitive, could be a mother figure here. Okay, so again with the sign of Capricorn. Okay, devil energy, codependent energy here. Okay, let's just keep going. And a fear of getting hurt. Okay, very interesting. Page of Swords coming here. So there's some sort of situation that you're in here where you are trying to see the situation for what it truly is, but there is this feeling here that you're looking at this situation through a past lens. You are dealing with someone who's very outspoken, and you seem to be in your head about it. I don't know whether you are realizing what you have in your future here, which is absolutely beautiful. There seems to be this overthinking and this fear of moving forward on something. Now, I have to tell you, I had a very similar reading. I tried to do your reading the first time around, and it was so confusing because it was exactly the same cards as I've got now. So I shuffled the cards and decided to do the reading again, and about the only card that came out differently was the Tower. There's some sort of epiphany, some sort of realization here about how to move forward with something. And I feel like this is something that's confusing you. You're unsure of this situation, and there's sort of this feeling that you want to move forward, but you're holding yourself back here. And it's through fear of something in the past. Now, there's a card of the Devil coming out here, which always talks, I know it's the card of Capricorn, but it always talks of being bonded to something. It can talk about codependency, addiction, something that's holding you back. And I feel like you're you want to move forward, but it's like this trying to find out things about somebody here. The Page of Swords talks about stalking. It talks about going and sort of like trying to understand something here. And this has something to do with this devil energy. You're trying to look out and you're waiting for ships to come in. You're confused about a situation, about a person who to me is like a long-term material person. There's a Tower here. So it's like you're having an epiphany about something here. Something to do with something you've clung on to from your past. But I have to put more cards on it because I'm really not sure what's happening. The Eight of Wands talks about the arrows of love. The Knight of Coins talks about commitment. And the Five of Coins is here. So there's this feeling here that you want to commit to something. You want to make something work here. But you have a lot of insecurities around moving forward in this situation. What I want to say to you is the universe is behind you here. There's something going to be disclosed to you or open to you that you have not seen before here. Now, there is this strong energy of codependency, and it's sort of like perhaps this energy here of codependency that you're fighting. Okay, Six of Wands, there is a victory here. I feel like there's some sort of fear that you're going to move into something to get taken advantage of again. And I feel that you realize here there's some sort of message from the universe saying you don't have to worry. We will reveal everything to you here. Because underlying this reading here is a strong sense of moving in the wrong direction, of fear of moving in the wrong direction. A very strong sense. There's an offer that you want to make here, and it's something very stable, but it's like you're almost researching it here in order to understand if it's true or real, or because you have this Five of Pentacles coming out here, which of course is the card of feeling like you've been left out in the cold. You feel like you're investing too much emotion into this here. So you're sort of holding back a little bit. Well, I hope you can tell me what's going on there, because it's a very confusing reading. It's like you want to be moving forward on something, but you do not trust where you're being led at all. You go backwards and forwards. It's like you're confident, you love that you're getting a victory, but you have this underlying fear that you're making a decision that's not right for you. And you have the card of new life coming out here, which is really interesting. So this is card 39. All right, so this is about a birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, and life renewing itself. So the oracle message here is when spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world and you have the energy to need to feel reviewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. So I'll read you the relationship message here because I think it's important. New energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with a sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnership in all forms. So it's sort of like you're worrying unnecessarily, but there's past insecurities here that are stopping you embracing this and enjoying it fully. What can I say? You need to trust that you're being led in the right direction. Have a great November.